Apple Pay is getting bitten by low-tech fraudsters. According to the Wall Street Journal, criminals are using old-school tactics to get around that cutting-edge technology. So is your mobile wallet safe? Here with her exclusive story is Wall Street Journal reporter Robin Sidel. Robin, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thanks.
So what is this low-tech method that these bad guys are using?
Basically, there are a lot of stolen credit cards out there. We know that from Home Depot and we know that from Target. And so these guys who get the credit card information that's been stolen, they are loading that stolen information into Apple Pay, getting authorized and starting to make purchases.
So the victims here are really the banks, probably, right?
Well, the victims are the people whose credit cards were stolen, and they may wind up seeing fraudulent purchases and not even know that their information was stolen.
This has been months and months ago now. How long are you on the hook for if you have one of these cards that's been stolen and hacked?
Well, you're not on the hook. If you didn't authorize the purchase, you don't have to pay for it, but it's a pain in the neck. And, you know, we don't know where all this information has gone.
Obviously, we don't know, and we're still trying to find out how it's going to work. So Apple Pay is this new app that you can use on an Apple iPhone to pay for things in a store where the merchants have agreed to use the technology. But my question to you is, who's the weak link here? Who is allowing these bad guys to get in the system?
There's no evidence that there's any fault with the Apple Pay mobile payments platform itself. The problem is when you load card data, your card, into the phone, you have to be verified by your bank, and the bank has been letting some of the stolen information go through.
Why?
Because they were very eager to get on the Apple Pay system. It's cool, it's new, it's hip, and there are hundreds of banks, and they may have pulled the trigger a little too soon.
Everybody wants to be part of the party. I want you to hear the Apple statement. This is what we received, the Willis report received from Apple. Apple Pay, they say, has not been breached. Apple Pay is designed to be extremely secure and protect a user's personal information. But unfortunately, you may be breached. What are these folks buying?
Well, first of all, it's not actually technically a breach. If you're a person who's loading your own card information into Apple Pay, you are perfectly fine. It's these guys who are the bad guys to start with. And what they're doing is going to Apple stores, ironically, and buying some of Apple's big ticket items.
So why isn't Apple holding these banks accountable? If this is really the weak link, the banks are just too happy to get into this, they're not doing enough verification. Why doesn't Apple say, come on, you know, you're making the system untrustworthy?
I'm sure they are. And Apple cannot be happy about this because the name is Apple Pay. And so,
well,
they cannot be very happy with what's been going on.
So here is the power of this. I was shocked at the numbers in your story. So 16 million consumers have spent $3.5 billion last year. This thing is on fire. No wonder these banks want in on this. And the expectations are that some $118 billion will be spent on Apple Pay by 2018. This is astonishing. Is this the fastest take-up of technology you've ever seen?
Well, I think people think it will be. Right now, we've got millions of people who have signed up, and it's not so clear. We're not getting real good transaction numbers. I talked to an executive at a credit union who said a lot of our customers, our members, have signed up for it, but they're not actually really using it. But people think that in coming years, increasingly, especially young people, are going to just want to pay with their phone and not with a plastic card.
So what's your advice tonight to people? Maybe they know that they've had a credit card stolen at Target or Home Depot. What would you do? I
mean, if you have been, your data has been involved in one of these breaches and you did not receive a new card, you can always ask for a new card. The most important thing is keep track of your statements. Look through them. Make sure that what you're being charged for is something you bought.
I wouldn't wait for the monthly statement. I would go on and see what's every day, what's going on.
And you should, because, I mean, that's the only way you're going to have some peace of mind. But Apple Pay itself, if you've got a valid card, it's fine to use.
Okay, one more question. So Apple, the company, coming out with their new iWatch, their Apple Watch on Monday. This is really bad timing for this company, right?
Yeah, they just can't be really happy with this, and especially since they don't think it's their fault, and they're also really trying to minimize it and really kind of telling people that the Apple Pay system is secure. But, you know, their name is on the product.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Robin, great story.
Thanks
Thanks for bringing it to us.
Sure thing.
Appreciate it.